I'm always scared to fight Lamech the most for some reason. Well, let's see. And caskets. Yeah, Lamech is, if you rip Lady Sarah, you walked into the room and died instantly. You know, that might be the cause. That might be the solution. Crescendo the items, kick on them, shoot beams overhead. Yeah. Hate Clanthropy. Could go with the assassin. I only have rank 11 assassin. So let's go with this one. Oof. But yeah, so why... I'm trying to think why Lamech would be the scariest. I mean... Yeah, I'm just trying to think. When compared to IRAD and stuff, I'm just like... I'm drawing blanks. Yeah, my shield is now dealing more damage than my base attacks because I have such high intelligence compared to my strength score. Which is pretty sad. Whew. Here. Prime boss weakest to hardest. Skeletons, Namal, Lamech, Enoch. Yeah, Prime Lamech is definitely much more notably hard. I definitely think that Prime Nama, by the time you can get access to Prime Nama, you should have the resources to take her out properly. Prime Enoch just feels like a harder version of the Enoch fight. I'm not sure about the so Void Beast Bareth and I guess Estuary Mahujuel, or I call him Estuary Michael because I can't pronounce that freaking name. But I think that they're harder than other people have said they are. Could be just because of my playstyle, the fact that a lot of people are at insanely high levels. Like the fact that I could still keep getting ×5 purchases in the shop does say a lot about the difference in my level compared to others. Alright. Oop. I'm just not going to get into needless fights right now. I definitely need more damage, which I don't have. Ooh. I mean, yeah, no, I know you meant that skeletons are the easiest. I don't think they're that easy. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not alone. A lot of people have said that the skeletons are the easiest prime boss. I disagree. I find Prime Lamech, like, as much as I've been losing to Prime Lamech, I still find him the easiest prime boss. And, I mean, that just shows that I'm having a lot of issue right now. But yeah, like, you get a good spell for Prime Lamech, and you could just take him out. forget that that attack is cut short if you attack them while they start their spin. Go. Whew. I've been AFKing Cookie Clicker for a while, buying occasional upgrades for a while, and honestly, I just think seeing the number go up has made me a lot more relaxed. Yep, that's how those games get you. Keep in mind, there's plenty of games that are built around you don't do much, yet number goes up. In fact, that's actually the appeal of going to New Game Plus, Infinity, and beyond, basically. That you have a number that's forever increasing. Like, that's the point of them trying to get as much New Game Plus levels as possible. Hey Hater, how's it going? We're doing good. We're just trying out the new patch, just chilling with some New Game Plus 11, I believe this is now. Trying to beat... I've been having some way more issues with Primal Mech than I should. What does the new patch have? So first it has a lot of Halloween costumes. You'll see a lot of the enemies are wearing like bunny masks and stuff like that. It has some updates to balance. I'm trying to think of the full list. That ain't good. Even with the burden of ruin, those things aren't doing much. Oh yeah, the meat is now candy. That's another thing. Of course, these are all temporary. They're just here for the Halloween event, basically. Alright, killed one on the other side, at least. And I've nearly locked the other one onto the other side with him. Whew. I think seeing the numbers go up and feeling happy about it is seen as bad and manipulative, but I think it's actually pretty helpful for a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's an addiction, but like, people with addictive personalities, like, there's a lot of things that you could be getting them addicted to. And of them, this is perhaps one of the most harmless. Not, like, it's not that it's good, it's that it's not bad. Like, the way that, this kind of personalities that would be most connected to that would, be appealed by. Oop. That's my input on it. Because, like, I have an addictive personality myself. So, like, there's certain things that I just refuse to get close to. Like, alcohol, for example. I will not drink alcohol, ever. But, like, yeah. So, being able to addict myself to something like this is a lot more... Yeah, it's near harmless, exactly. It's not healthy, but it's near harmless. Exactly. Gosh. Do my kicks deal more damage than the regular slices? Ooh. Oh, once the final boss is out, after killing it, you get to go to the next New Game Plus with the same character. Yep, that's usually how it works. That way you can carry an awesome character all the way through the game multiple times. That's how it worked in the original. I see no reason why they would change it now. Generally, if your character is the one that escaped the castle, you know, they escaped the castle. Okay, so my crit is 148 damage, everyone. So that sounds awesome. I just want to show you something, though. 229. My kicks are dealing more damage. It's crazy for me to get addicted to fiends, I would say. Yep, same here. Previously I thought horror doesn't affect me. Then I realized that's wrong when I watched Chucky. Yep. You just find the theme that does affect you, and it's wrong. Suddenly, at least in my case, I'm affected pretty easily, so I don't really like horror all that much, because generally my main theme is that a lot of people, they have to keep increasing how, I guess we'll like explain it like tolerance. So a lot of horror is made for people with high tolerance to horror, which is not me. Therefore, when I watch nowadays horror, it's just absolutely like not for me, because I'm looking for like a lower level of threat. And that just doesn't exist anymore, because people that like threats... Okay, there has to be... It feels like there has to be a secrets here. I mean, I don't see anything flowing up. That's because I really didn't watch any horror movies? Same. But... Okay, well, hold up. You thought you were not affected by horror? And, you never watch horror movies? That's... hate to tell you this, but I'm pretty sure that's just naivety, not actual like immunity. Because I don't watch horror films, but that's because the times I did, it affected me. Ugh. Oop. Whew. Alright. Hey! Yeah, I know there's a lot of comments, I just gotta focus on that. Whew. It's not horror movies nowadays, it's psychopath level. Yeah, exactly. I see horror films kind of like spicy food, but I don't know how to elaborate on that. No, I get the sense where it's like, some people can't... Oh my god, this is actually perfect, because I can't handle spicy food either. So it's like I need mild, and then like sometimes when I really want to get tough, I go for medium. Most people, like, they'll take sriracha sauce and be like, this isn't really anything. I'm like, dude, I remember my friend offered to share a pizza with me, but it was a jalapeno pizza. Oh man, I was crying by the end of eating that thing. It was delicious, but oh my gosh, it was so painful. It's like, horror films are like spicy food, because like, certain people love spicy food, but they've learned to tolerate it, so they have to get something more and more spicy to account for the fact that they are more tolerant to spicy food. But then there's someone like me, who's like, oh, I kind of want to get into spicy food, mostly because I want to be able to eat the good stuff that's forced to be spicy by necessity. And They're like, okay, you want spicy food? Here's death peppers. Like, no, back off, man. I don't need that. But yeah, that's how I would elaborate on it. Yeah, it's made for people that are resistant, basically. Thing is, I started to imagine Chucky in every dark corner of the house, wrote and even to my bedroom. Yep. In my opinion, analog horror is the best horror because it doesn't have to rely on cheap jump scares. Anytime horror doesn't have to rely on cheap jump scares, like, I would consider jump scares to be a separate thing of horror. I'd consider that thriller, because the whole idea is to bring adrenaline up in your veins, not to actually scare you, as far as I care. Slasher movies can sometimes feel like a competition of what bad guy can kill the most people. I know, like, slashers are done for, like... I know people watch slashers for reasons other than, horror. Like, there's a certain thing where, like, certain people go to slasher films with the intent to watch a bad movie. I don't exactly understand the process, but there is, like, a thing where slashers are different than horror films. There's, like, something that people love about slasher films, of just, like, there's, like, a comical aspect that people have tapped into with these slasher films. I haven't touched it myself, but I know about that. Love spicy food? Good for you, Lambo Droid. I have a friend that loves spicy food, and I'm just trying to join your ranks, but it's really hard. I think karma got me good because I was mocking my cousin that he is a scaredy cat. Alright. So, Hater and I... It seems like there's a combination that people who have trouble with spicy food also have trouble with horror films. The fact that there's a connection between those two, pretty unfortunate, but also pretty awesome to know. Yeah. Often leads to fear of opening doors. Luckily, it passes overnight. For you, it passes overnight. For those of us who it doesn't pass overnight, we just can't watch horror movies, really. And that's the thing that sucks. I'm quite resistant to spicy food because I was raised with a lot of spicy Indian food. Yep. Exactly, like, that's the theme of how you were raised. I was raised with... with milk and just general, like, simple things. My mom, one of my parents literally couldn't even handle the spice of orange chicken. In case you're wondering, orange chicken isn't even considered spicy food. And yet the spice was too much for one of my parents. So, we don't have too much spicy food at my house. My brother recently started, like, getting into sriracha sauce and that sort of stuff. And, like, every once in a while, he'll, like, offer this delicious sauce to me. And it's like, it's absolutely delicious. And then I finish the meal, and my entire throat and everything out to my lips is on fire. And it's delicious. And, like, sometimes it's worth it. But my gosh, it is way too spicy for me. And the worst part is it's one of those spices that doesn't trigger till later. And you don't feel pain. And because it doesn't trigger for later, it also, anything you're trying to do to protect yourself from the spice doesn't actually work until later. This might be one where I have to jump on people's heads, so I'm not going to kill anything yet. Alright. Come over here. Alright, fine. Go. Ooh. We have a low-light little garden that has big trees like mangoes and others, and our garage on the other side of the trees is a kitchen where I come from. You can... Oh, are you saying it's built kind of like the houses in the horror shows? Ooh. Gosh. Yeah, no, I have a friend who lived in, like, an old-style house. Like, literally one of those things that sounds like it's going to be haunted just because of the creaking and the floorboards and stuff. Like, yeah. It wasn't able to be attended to, and like when I'd go over to my friend's place, it was like, I remember my other friends are like, sorry, I can't sleep at your place. It's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, look, it ain't fine for me, guys. Oof. Alright. If it's full horror film, I can at least last months and doesn't just last overnight. It's mostly just the occasional spooky image from a video that passes. Yep. Oof. Glad to have a talkative chat, though, so glad to have you, Hater. Horror pitch. Man eats spicy chickens and dreads my heel fillets. I wonder if that would be a better thriller, but the concept can go places. Yep. They should have a timer visual to show us when that bomb's gonna... Oh. I guess they have the visual of when it's about to go off. That's close enough. I understand how you get used to creepy houses and also why people can't sleep in them. Yep. I mean, if it's your house, it's your house. In case you're wondering, I have 0 retaliation runes, so that was just us hitting at the same time. Yep. The knockback of the shield spell deals 370 damage. Yeah. Problem with playing a magic character with Wind Wall. Like, I think this character can beat Lamech. The problem is, he beats him by tickling him to death. Maybe he actually has damage. Maybe we've changed this strat. And I always just use he because I'm a he. I don't really... It probably is a girl. This probably is a girl, now that I look at the hair coming out from the side and stuff. Anyways. Super crit deals 220. Super crits deal less damage than my kick. Just put that in perspective. This is Chad Patrick wanting to do some kicking. Oh. Yes, please. Solve the problem for me. Woo. Ooh. Scariest thing that ever happened to me was when my brother went to work in another city, so I am sleeping alone in our bedroom in the middle of the night. Started hearing someone exhaling in the corner of the room, and it was not good feeling. Nope. My aunt already had some experience with Jinn, and she gave me some things to read. Oh, yeah. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, nah. It's like... I know scientifically there's no evidence of ghosts and stuff, but it's like... I feel like I'm going to just stop there, but there is some weird stuff that happens in the world that we can't explain, and at the very least, having the confidence, the support to stop it is nice. I feel kind of bad when I go to film nights and everyone wants to watch a horror film, and I stop everyone from watching horror, so that's always sad. Always sad when, like, you can't be part of invitations because of that sort of stuff. Luckily, both my in real life friends also dislike horror, so we agree on what we watch pretty quickly. That's awesome. That's why you choose the movie before you go out. The reason I'm a strength guy is because it's more well thought and balanced than magic. I would say it's just more. I would say the power of strength is that it's more consistent. That's how I would phrase it. I wouldn't say more balanced and thought out. It's more consistent. Which I guess like, you can argue is more balanced, but like, I can output a lot of damage with magic. I'm just gonna make it easy on myself. Yeah, I have so many escape options that it's not even funny. So it's literally just, as long as I actually use my escape options, I'm good. Alright, let's get our mana back. Yeah, I didn't know how far that was going, so I thought I'd be safe. But as you can see, like, no damage, but all the protection. We haven't taken a hit yet. But most bosses would, most of the time, I would already be halfway through this boss. Right now, we are like at the quarter mark. Ooh, I see that the comments are still continuing. I cannot respond while I'm fighting. What? Okay. So I press the ability, and then I just let go of all buttons. And it still triggered. So that was just like an issue with the ability. Wasn't the smartest move from my part. All right. Go. Woo. how far that's going, so let's be safe. Ooh. I can see the comments exploding. I just can't do anything about them while my focus is fully on the boss. There we go. Whew, well. It's awesome. Well, I'm going to be reading comments for a while now, because they scroll up. Alright. Ghosts could be real in my opinion. I don't think they are, but I consider it a real possibility. Same. It's like, we're never going to scientifically prove ghosts exist, and a lot of the things that, a lot of the, like, ritual sort of stuff could just be placebo as far as we know, but, like, I'm just, why take the chance? It's that sort of stuff. I'm never gonna be like, oh, you believe in ghosts or anything stupid like that. Like, obviously there's no scientific evidence they exist, but I've heard enough, like, supplemental stories. My mom was actually haunted by one as a kid. Like, I'm gonna come to the belief that, hey, they could exist, and we might as well act as if they do and be cautious about it. Like, no reason to put yourself in danger because, this place isn't haunted. We all have pretty bad social anxiety, so we stick to each other's houses. Always a good thing. Or figuratively stick to each other's houses. I'm going to say the social anxiety is not a good thing, but, like, having each other's backs when you go to other places, always good. I believe in supernatural things because I don't think everything can be explained by science. Yep, basically. There are things that, like, the definition of science, like, to be scientific, it has to be something that we bring into human understanding. And if you believe there are things that are beyond human understanding, then you have to also believe that there are things that science cannot give you an answer to. And even scientists, like, there are plenty of scientists who are religious and therefore still believe in things that science says cannot exist. Because it's just, as far as I see it, science and religion are 100% separate. You can be religious, you can be scientific, and it doesn't affect one another. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, not everything can be explained by science. And there are some things that if you just use religion, like, you're left with a lack of a knowledge base. So it's good to have both. That's my general theme. They're either real or scientific coincidences are more common. They're either real or scientific coincidences are more common than we think. Okay, scientific coincidences do happen very often, actually. I'm not sure how common you think they are, but they are quite common. Magma Mess attack is really annoying without wind wall. So the way you avoid the Primal Mech Magma Mess attack is you dash into him, and then you jump and kick on his head. Of course, if you mistime your dash or something, you could hit as you just run straight into him. And if you don't go on top of his head, the two close Magma Mass balls will hit you. But that is the strategy, and that's why, yeah, Wind Wall is a nice little make it easier on yourself sort of thing. And because I have the Siphon runes, I am gaining mana fast enough that I could just be throwing out Wind Walls whenever I feel like it. And that's the place where I feel like using it. Alright. Feelings cannot be explained scientifically. Well, there's hormones and stuff. They can be explained somewhat scientifically. But I would say, yeah, love and hate actually can be explained pretty scientifically, but I'm not going to hold that against you. I still stand by the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. I think they can, but I don't have any sources. Exactly the same thing. Brain is very hard to research and is a pretty big mystery for sciences. Yep, that's the thing. So we do get the sense of there are chemicals. There are things that you can use to force emotions, that sort of stuff. But, like, to what extent? Yeah, not trying to disrespect your opinion or anything, just thinking about different perspectives and stuff. Yeah, no, exactly. I love the different perspectives. Exactly. I call this the Hater Ali buff. You said you were struggling with him, but now you win. Hey, good luck charm in the chat. That's always nice. One time my sister said that at one night when she was in bed, she heard her name being called and arm being touched, but nobody was in the room with her. Dude, all the time. I have, so I actually grew up with a whole thing that I have an over-excessive imagination. And because of that, like, growing up as a kid, I could never, So yeah, I'll just tell you right now. I'm 26 and I still use a nightlight. Because every time I open my eyes in the dark, basically think of it this way. You know how when you don't recognize a shape, sometimes your mind will try to, like in the dark, you see some semblance of a shape, and your mind will try to, like, connect the dots and make it into something? Like, for example, if you ever see a half moon, it looks like it's the whole moon, but you can't. The part that's not connected by light is actually completely invisible, and your mind is making up the circular shape. In the same way, all our minds do that sort of stuff. I actually have an issue that, because I'm so imaginative, what happens is when I open my eyes, if I see something like that in my room, just like, you know, my hanging shirts or stuff make the shape of a person, kind of, my mind will autocorrect into an actual threat, into an actual person. So I still have to use a nightlight, because if I wake up, there's like all these times where I've woken up and just jumped out of my room, just like freaking out, because that sort of stuff. Whew. But yeah, the Name Me Call Army Touch definitely happened as well, just with like dreams where it's like, when you think something's there, it's not just, when I was talking about that visual, the visual is the most direct example, but it's not just visual, it's physical feeling. It's touch, it's smell, it's sound. You get those senses. So yeah, I do believe when you said your sister that one night she was in bed, it could just be dreams, but again, I'm not going to, like, keep yourself safe, obviously. Don't play with things that you don't understand. Once I didn't see my cat walk into my wardrobe, and she ran out, and it scared me. Yep. Weird things happen when we have no explanation for them at the moment. Yep, and your mind, one of the things with when you don't have explanation, your mind tries to solve it for you. Like, that's one of the things the mind does. And that's where a lot of monsters come from. That's, like, where you see things that you don't understand, and you connect them in a way into, like, a single entity. And that single entity has to be a monster, because it's not capable of being the human. Like, a person's walking around and a dog goes running by. Oh, the human and the dog were the same. It's a werewolf! That sort of stuff. Very paranoid about how I word things. Yeah, don't worry about it. Look, I'm the one on camera, and I barely word things well all the time. I've already had like 2 or 3 different comments that were rants of how I am so horribly wrong because I misworded things during the video. So, I don't word things properly. I don't expect my chat to word things properly. I've been here for almost a year, and I still do it wrong. So, if you word things improperly in the chat, just say, hey, I misworded, I meant this. And, like, I understand. Don't you guys worry. Yep. They're not scientifically proven to exist. They're also not scientifically disproven. I mean, it might be, but I don't really... There's a lot... Scientific is a lot... So let me put it this way. With a lot of science has a theoretical basis, as in... Theoretical means it seems very much to be true, but to be a scientific fact requires such a huge degree of evidence that we're just maintaining a theory. For example, gravity is a scientific theory. We have so much evidence that gravity exists, but it's still a theory, because the movement from theory to fact is basically impossible. So, hey, how's it going, Destiny Bound? Glad to have you here. We had a huge chat. I never want that kind of stuff to happen to me. Don't play around with it if you don't feel comfortable with it. Not to sound rude, but I think it would be more time efficient to retire this character and try one with actual source of DPS. Fair enough. But we did it. Yep. Brain is very powerful. It's constantly looking for patterns. Will fill in the info that isn't there. Precisely. I feel like my brain hates me because it always does stuff like that. The brain doesn't hate you. It's just... So what it is your brain's in a defensive state. It's watching out for danger. Your brain's got your back. It's just one of those guys that are very fearful and like screams at the sight of something it doesn't understand. But your brain's there to protect you. It doesn't hate you. It just feels like there's more. You just need to convince it that there's a less threats than it currently believes there are. Sometimes you want to switch your brain off so you don't imagine those things. Basically. Now we can see smiley faces and totally random things. I guess a similar thing happens to me when my mind tries to fill a void area, such as a blank TV screen in my room. I can see pictures on it, but usually from a game or something I played earlier that day. The brain theme explains why I hate late night power cuts. Oh my god, I remember one... Yeah, no. Late time, when you wake up and the power's out, it's like, okay, I hope, like, usually what happens is when that happens, my dad is moving around trying to get the lights and, like, flashlights and stuff. So it's like, I wake up to thud, 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 going in around my room, and then, like, you know, he gets all the lights, he starts bringing them to our rooms. So I'm waking up, it's pitch black, I can't see anything, as I hear a thud, 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 coming down the hallway towards me. It's just like, no, I understand. Late night power outages suck. Oof. Other thing is that the culture affect imagination too. Like we have a monster that takes children in the night, and it has a head of a donkey and the body of a woman, and therefore you would see that when, yeah, it's the cultural, because you know of this story, you see it. And the funny thing is that these monsters are made up so children don't go out and play, so they can stay home and study. I mean, as I stated yesterday, the idea of horror doesn't scare as a sudden impact. It's more terror of the idea that something will happen, but you don't know when. Yep. Well, I guess my brain thinks the best defense is a good scare the crap out of me. Yep. Basically, the brain believes that the best way to prepare you for dangerous situations is to respond to things as if it's dangerous and allowing you more ability to react in dangerous situations. So you're correct. You are in fact correct. The brain thinks the best defense is a good scaring the living daylights out of you. This is just a well-known... I think this is actually scientifically proven. Alright, I'm just going to check to make sure they fix this up, because this used to be backwards. Nope. Yeah, so in case you're wondering, this is supposed to be the last theme. So this was supposed to be the last memory, but it's the second one. I have to check if the other two are mixed up as well. Anyways, now let's go through Axis Mundi. And by the way, for all that garbage damage, this character has 2 war drums. This character has 2 war drums and a rage tincture. And that was its damage output. Alright, everyone, get ready. This is the improved dangerous room. Ooh. So yeah, so that's one theme, that those things aren't constantly chasing me now. So memories are messed up with Little Mech? They were messed up like a few patches ago. I just thought they would have fixed it by now. I was incorrect. Whoop. Alright, land cracker. There we are. Woo! McRib is so cool, I wish I could be as cool as McRib. Danger of the... Still love how I was playing Deltarune Chapter 2, and this character stares you down and says, I don't know who's calling, but sounds like they are talking to you. Scared me because he was addressing you as the person or the player. Oh, is he talking to, like, your theme? Have classes for tomorrow. Wish me good luck and good night. Good night, hater. Good luck. I'm glad you had a fun time, even though you didn't get to stay long. I do appreciate the luck that you gave me, so hope I could give it back to you. Where to shoot? Here. Move. I need in. Oh, right. So in case you're wondering, the enemies from the Sun Tower are now in here because of the burden that's causing these spike balls from the sky. Ooh. You know, if I just wanted to do boss fights, I could just go all the way to the Sun Tower. But I think it is Athena value that I stop and actually try to get these question marks, get more relics to power up my certain relics. Ooh. I was playing the new Mario Party earlier, and I lost after being in the lead the entire game because Daisy got the bonus star and had more money. Ugh. So, by the way, I just need to say that the new Mario Party is absolutely amazing. I had an opportunity to play with my bro, and the new Mario Party is literally a love letter to all the old Mario Parties. And as someone who loved the old Mario Parties, I could not be happier with it. But yeah, we played one game, and I can't wait for our next. Ooh. Is my dog there? My dog, I did not allow him to the door this time. My apologies if you're looking for my dog. Deltarune has a lot of those fourth wall moments, specifically the idea that you as the player is in control and decide every action, but the main character are becoming aware of that over time. Yep. What was it? There was some game that, like, actually, it looks into your, like, you get the chance to, like, name yourself, but it then later, someone addresses you by the name that you have at Steam or whatever thing you use to download the game. Like, it uses your Steam username instead of your, the name you chose in-game. So if you named yourself after yourself, or, like, I think it checks Steam to see what you listed as your name, and it uses that. Like, it did something like that, so... Ooh. They even include the... the night... I love the night map of the second game. It was Doki Doki Literature Club, and Monica looks at your profiles. Yep. Good to know, good to know. If I one-shot something, it was a long time ago. It wasn't with this life. I'll say that much. Alright, wait for it. We're just gonna sit over here. Thank you. Oof. Yeah. So here's the best thing about the maps they added in the new Super Mario. It sounds like they're going to add more. And I do not have the damage output to do that, so I'm going to spare you guys the viewership of me grinding through 1,000 enemies. Like, I'm already doing that. I don't need to do it more. Ooh. Woo. Too close to the sky. Am I the only one who thinks plankies are harder than plonkies? I don't know the difference between the two. I'm thinking plankies are the plus spread, and plonkies are the ones that have that switch between two. Well, I guess if you can't find an angle, like, that makes sense. My favorite example of data reading was in Metal Gear Solid 2, where the boss, oh right, he reads if your memory card if you played certain games, and we'll use that. Oh, and you had to... I thought it was that you had to move it. You had to move your controller to player 2 slot, so he can't read your attacks or something like that. All right. All these bad mobile games are just actually set up for a fourth wall break 240 hours in. Inscription reads your Steam friends list at a fight. That'd be cool if I had friends. Ooh. Oop. Oh, Plonky shoot. Oh, yeah. Agreed. Agreed on that, because when they shoot the void projectiles, you're able to, you know, treat them as void projectiles. And it's a lot easier to mess with the void projectiles because you have a dash that just ignores them. Yep, you are not alone in saying that Plonkies are not as much of a threat. Because I would say while their attacks are generally more threatening, the thing is, absolutely anyone can deal with the attacks in a way that the base character, you cannot. Some characters can't deal with it any special means. Alright. Alright. Nothing there. Oop. Didn't react in time for that one. Go. Is this? Yep. Oh boy. We're just gonna keep moving there. Ooh. I could almost have jumped all the way over it. That would be great. There's the chest. Just get the chest. No reason to fight to the death for that guy. Didn't make it out in time. Darn it. Whoop. Well, easy kill. Easy money. There we are. You not waste too much time because it takes so long for me to kill. Ooh. Should be on my way now, so good night. Good night, man. I think it's one of the Batman Arkham games that had a part where the screen froze and glitches for like 10 seconds before booting. Yeah. Before booting you to a boss fight. Apparently, many people generally thought it crashed and shut off the console and rebooted it. Yep. A lot of people thought they lost the progress. A lot of stuff like that. Yep. If the final boss remarked about how many errors you lost, similar to Johannes, but with an exact number. This would also serve as a small reward for deathless runs. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, luckily I didn't get me because I'm used to games crashing so much. I know what a broken game sounds like. I'm sorry, did that? I'm pretty sure that guy just went under the water. The guy just flew under the water like it wasn't like that wasn't an issue. Sure. I mean, maybe this does a bit more damage. Maybe. Oop, I have an idea. Thank you. You did perfect. Oh, yeah, the blessing of strength plus the damage is actually severely higher because it's the plus 12% from the drums as well. Alright, cool. I'm just getting out of here. Like I could break armor. I'm not interested in getting my armor broken. I'm interested in getting this fairy chest, though. I can't believe I tried to avoid that. I nearly got hit by it. Awesome. Skullbat turned itself into a submarine. Oop, oop. We have a bot to kill. We have a bot. Sorry, I gotta really pause and really quick. Ban a man. Spanish. There we are. It's so funny because I look over the Twitch chat. It's like super excited. Hey, this is a first-time viewer. This is their first time interacting with the stream. Say hi. Make it friendly. It's like, nah, nah, bro. Well, good enough. Hey, another fairy chest. Awesome. Once again, in this other game, when you run out of ammo, the main character breaks the fourth wall by saying, "I'm sorry, I would be able to shoot if you gave me ammo." Player, get off your rear and find me ammo. Oh, it's just like, it's blaming the player for not having any you can shoot. Alright. Ah, come on. Ah, missed that bottom one. I could have done that if I was a bit quicker on the draw. Oh well. Let's get the job done. I see you're intolerant of bot lives. I expect a lot more from you, bearded tadpole. It's not that I'm intolerant of their life. I'm intolerant of their comments. They're always jerks, okay? Like, they can live. They have a place to live. That's fine by me. But just not in my chat room, alright? It's like people that cuss. You can cuss all you want. Just try to keep it PG-13 here if you can. I never tried. Hey! Good to know. Gosh. With a damage nerf, I'm still dealing as much damage as I would. That was perfect placing there. Yeah, I like knew he was jumping, I just didn't know where. I need to just start going invisible more often. That's really it. Yeah, actually now that I'm looking at how little damage they're doing compared to what it was like the first time I fought them, I now understand when people were saying this is the easiest of the prime bosses. Hey, even they have a costume? That's good to know. Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was below me. Alright, well I think I die in one hit, so I have to be careful. There you are. Awesome. The healing actually might make the difference because of where I'm at in health. Whew. Oh yeah, the ability to heal from all of this is huge. Just mid-combat healing. I now see why this is considered the easiest of the greater estuary fights. Previous thinkings of it not being the easiest was due to misunderstandings. Alright. Right, there you are. So this guy actually killed 2 bosses. Took his darn time doing it, but what matters is it was done. Oof. Love Halloween updates for the games. I missed the entirety of the Terraria Halloween update, but I already have the creeper costume, so I'm good. Who would win? A ball completely composed of iron, or one windy boy? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'll have to be honest. Either way, I managed to pull that off. So before I bought this after this purchase, we're at 1,000,000 gold, everyone. Just thought I'd note that. Nice little assassin. Yeah, this spear's been doing great for me. And now we got lilies to pick up, which will even increase my damage further. If I pick up a talent, it ain't that one. Alright, guys, I guess we're a Valkyrie. We're just a Valkyrie, everyone. Yeah, these damage boosts seem pretty significant. Oh, wind wall. I see. So the wind wall, it's referring to the fact that wind wall actually breaks those objects when it. Weird that it does. All right, got it. That's what the iron ball theme. Ooh. Ooh. So the big question is that scar available from the moment you find that room? Because if the answer is yes, that could actually be a significant change to our route. Because that's more souls and faster. Whew. Skullbat subs the Assassin Valkyries. What is this world? I know the one game that used all of the Wii remote features. That was a game called Zack and Wiki. Quest for... Oh, Zack and Wiki. I actually know what you're talking about. I had a friend that played through that. They said it was pretty fun, but they weren't really into puzzle games. Yep. Ooh. Dude, I love the mic back on the GameCube. Mario Party 6 had the mic feature, and just like they had a lot of fun minigames. You have to have the mic plugged in for that game, I feel. Alright. Katana? Sure. Ooh. There's the shield. Die. Alright. Well, we have a Lily, we have the Immortal Kuketsu, we have a lot of those things. You use the motion controls for puzzle. Oh yeah, you already said that. You were just... Here. Whew. I missed a church dress in the last room? Oh, it was way, way off in the distance. Alright. There you are. That's all I was trying to do first. Like that. Ooh. I do want to trade out this talent again before we leave. But I think I own a Rumble Pack for the Game Boy Advance, but it never worked, so I assume it was for the original Game Boy instead. You're gonna get going? Alright, see you later, wee bitch. Thank you for staying as long as you did. We're just finishing this up. I mean, this character has killed 2 bosses already, so this assassin is a real assassin. But unfortunately, this is a slow and steady sort of assassin versus the hype dashing through skies and slaughtering everything in its wake sort of assassin, which a lot of people don't get the appeal of. And I understand them on that. By the way, wow. So they don't have that platform, but they have every the rest of the climb just default. Alright, so without the double jump, Void Dash is enough to find Nama's room. That's good to know. It's gone down. Alright, let's... The best thing is we heal by just dealing damage. By killing things, we heal. Oof. Still need to find a lily. Alright. Oof. Oof. You know what would be a pretty cool trait? Identity crisis. And like what it would do is it would just give you like it would give you a random trait and like weapon of a class, because you can't switch those out. Like having just it randomized at the start would be kind of cool. Like maybe it's not the intent, but I think it would be cool. It's one of those things that it might not fit the intent they're looking for, and therefore I could see it not making the cut. Just by that alone. There we go. Got to go. Good luck on this run. Thank you very much, Strong Gunship. They do that in Hollow Knight gun mod. In order to heal, you must defeat a certain amount of enemies without getting hit again, or else it resets. Huh. Interesting. To think that a mod that says I added a gun considered adding more mechanics other than just I've got a gun and I'm in Hollow Knight. Fortunately for them, they'll find the gun mod rather displeasing, as we already have a gun. In fact, we have a guy who slings guns. Oh my gosh, how hilarious. Like, if there... I don't know what kind of meme game it would be, but like if the class was a gunslinger and it literally just chucked guns at people. Like, didn't even shoot them. I don't know, it just came off the top of my head and just had a funny picture. I guess Borderlands 2 kind of did that. Oof. Alright. There. That room is a fun room. The fact that it only exists here and not in other areas of the castle. Yeah, it's just a chest room. Is super fun in my mind. Just a pit of water and 2 flying enemies. And chests on the other side. Oh, I have 2 lilies and Namaz open. I'm going to be finishing the job after this then. Or at least should be. Yeah, let's find Far Shores as a way to teleport back. Which, the best way to find Far Shores is up and to the right. So... another lily. I still only played Borderlands 2. I reached the catch a ride guide, but never got any further. Still don't know why, but I prefer the first one over the second. Might be because you ended at that point. But yeah, first one's absolutely fantastic. Second one, it takes a while to get going, and I think that's the theme. First one, you get in and it like feels like you're already in the story, and it's just like guns, like there's no overarching villain the way there is in Borderlands 2. So in Borderlands 2, you feel like you have to constantly be approaching this villain, but your first few missions are not doing that. So it has this like weird dynamic of I want more, but I'm not getting more, like more in this approach. And it's like doesn't feel right story-wise, is the way I describe it. Ah, the freezing while you're swinging hurts. Man, this boss is so much easier with Wind Wall as the spell. Some of them escaped. That's not good. I feel like these are all just like minor movement errors, and I'm getting just punished horribly for them. I couldn't get out. When I dropped through that hole, it was game, basically. Oh well, that was a good assassin. Sir Judson was a great assassin.